Hey guys, it's Adrienne. I am here today with your July psychic forecast. So, we are in year 11 of the pandemic and a lot going on. So, let's just see kind of what's coming up. At the end of the video, I want to talk to you guys about some changes that are going on in my life as well, and some changes that you'll be seeing to my channel and my content. So first we're going to start off with the Sacred Traveler deck. So this is a new deck that I have gotten in the last couple of weeks and I've been working with a lot. I really enjoy it. It's a really nice deck. The cards are really good. So let's just pull one of these babies and see if we can get kind of an overview. And then we'll pull some regular tarot cards. So right now, you all may know that we are in Cancer season. So emotions are a big focal point of July. So you want to be keeping an eye on your emotions, what you're feeling drawn to. So emotionally, what are you feeling drawn to this month? What appeals to you and what repels you? So we're going to listen to our intuition a little bit, and especially those emotional reactions. Are you feeling happy, sad, scared, mad? Those are very important. So something I've found with this deck is that they kind of tend to come out in twos. Okay, so we have grounding. At the bottom you can see there it says go deep, explore your roots. So I was trying to get it to focus on the card a little bit there, but I'm having some trouble. Anyway, so we've got grounding this month. That is difficult with everything still going on, but it's really important for us to make sure that we're staying in our bodies. And when I say that, what I mean is staying present, not getting too far ahead of ourselves, not getting too far into our minds. I'm really bad about that. So that applies to me quite a bit. I don't know how grounded you usually are, but if you're having trouble with grounding, now is the time to really focus on it, come into the self, do some meditation, maybe do some earthing, go outside, feel the air, feel the ground under your feet, hug a tree, all those good things. And then we have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So this has actually come out for me several times recently. Changes are happening. So we're seeing ourselves moving into areas where we want to be, but may not be familiar for us. So I know a lot of us are finding ourselves in new situations that maybe we're not used to. We're exploring areas that we thought maybe were not open to us and have suddenly kind of come into our lives. And, with the unknown territory, this is something totally new for you. So if you have a new situation that is presenting itself to you, try to take that opportunity, at least explore it, because it is a time of shifting. 2020 is just a huge time of shifting for everyone. We're coming into greater consciousness, we're coming into more opportunities, and things are just shifting, and sometimes that feels really scary. So when we're moving into something that is not normal for us or we're not used to, it's natural for us to be scared. We are animals at our base, and so we have animal reactions. So when there's a new opportunity presented to us, even if it's good, it may still feel scary and we may be hesitant to kind of move into that. So just keep that in mind this month. Now I'm going to pull out my spiral tarot that I use pretty much every time I read. So if you are familiar with me, you know that these are my cards and I love them, had them forever. And we're just going to do a little bit further reading with these guys and see, what areas we can expect to see changes in, and kind of which direction is best for us to go this month. Now, as always, these readings are for the collective, and if you need a more specific reading, I'm available for those as well. Okay. That feels good. Okay. So this month, we're really finding balance. We have Temperance. This is a really important card for us for finding our footing, allowing harmony in our lives. And, oh, that's interesting. I have 2 Kings that came out. And really kind of having grace. It's been a rough few months, I guess, since February. We've been dealing with the pandemics. Like before that and into then, we were dealing with wildfires in the world, and we've been seeing a lot of protesting and people speaking out for what is right and trying to make social change as well. So we're looking at physical change, emotional change, spiritual change, societal change. Everything's changing, and it's wonderful, but it's a lot and it's scary sometimes. So when we're looking at Temperance, we really want to just find that kind of harmonious energy, and maybe extend some grace not only to the people immediately around you, but even people in the wider world, and maybe sharing viewpoints that aren't completely in line with your own, and knowing that everyone is just where they are on their journey, and that's okay. So the 7 of Swords is also coming up. So this card warns us of trying to take on too much. So a lot of us, especially like at the beginning of the pandemic, there was a lot of things going around, if you don't come out of this with a new hustle or with a new skill or a new habit, then you're not doing enough. It's not that you didn't have the time, it's that you didn't have the motivation or you didn't try. With any kind of awakening, with any kind of growth, it's exhausting. When we're saying, you have time to rest right now, really, that's not true. We are experiencing a new way of being, but I would not call it rest. So be gracious with yourself. Don't try to take on more than you can handle. And if you need to sleep, sleep. It's okay to sleep. So then we've got the King of Swords coming up, the King of Wands coming up. We actually have the King of Swords as well, but that's later. So we have the King of Wands coming up. The King of Wands is really mastering your creative energy. So I've talked to you guys a little bit about this over the past couple of months as well, exploring yourself and what lights your fire, what kind of brings out that creative energy in you. So if you haven't done that yet, continue to do that. Start doing that, I guess. But if you have been doing that, continue to do that, and you will start finding your mastery this month. So things are kind of coming into focus. Things are starting to happen for you. The King is the mature phase of a suit. So whatever you've been working on, whatever's been kind of percolating for you, whatever's been marinating for you, now is the time that's really going to start happening. We have the World in the reverse position, so we are not at an ending for this yet. We're still kind of moving through the middle, so don't expect this to end, but I don't want that to scare you either, because while this is a challenging time, it's a really important time. And we've talked about how 2020 is a year of awakening and kind of a new beginning. And that's really what we need to be embracing, that energy right now, instead of just the fear and exhaustion that can come with it. Really looking at it as being in the middle of a huge change, not only individually, but communally, and recognizing that we are part of a world community at this point, and so it takes time. So so we're not to the end yet. We also have the 10 of Swords showing up. So right now is a time when you are finding a lot of your inner pain surfacing. You're finding a lot of you're dealing with a lot of your shit. So if you're feeling pain from things, it's important to dig into that a little bit and see where it's coming from, where are the feelings coming from, and how can you process those feelings. So that's something to look at, as well as we have the King of Swords here. Just not getting great focus today. But you guys can see it well enough, I'm sure. So the King of Swords energy, we're coming into greater challenges right now. Swords are always challenging, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. So when we're challenged, you know, it could be that we're having a hard time. Somebody's giving us a hard time, but it could also be that, you know, we're taking a really difficult class to get where we want to be, or, you know, we're climbing that mountain because we really want to get to the top. So these are more along those lines. You know, it's challenging, but it's taking us where we need to be. So overall, this month, we're still not done. Take a breath. Look at your creative outlets. Don't try to take on too much, you know, just keep doing what's comfortable for you. And this is a month where things are really going to start happening for us in our personal endeavors and with our personal goals, as well as seeing some changes in the larger societal goals. So yeah, I hope that is helpful for you guys. I did want to tell you just a little bit about what's going on with me and some changes that you will be seeing. So I actually love this reading because it's super accurate for me as well. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you guys resonate with this. Just let me know, because I love to hear other people's stories and, you know, what's going on with you guys. For me, I'm going to be moving into a very small space and away from the city, and I'm super excited about it. I will be living by a lake out in more of the country. And yeah, so I will be paring all of my stuff down. And for me, in my witchiness, I collect a lot of things. I collect a lot of stones and books and candles and just all the accoutrement that goes with being a witch. So I'm going to be doing some vlogging. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. Anyway, I will be doing more videos about paring down and how to make a small space work for you as a witch or as a magical worker, a spiritual worker. I'm super excited because I'm going to have more outside space. And that's really exciting for me and something I have looked forward to for years. So that's what's going on with me. I'll still continue to do the monthly readings and check-ins, but as you all know, with the pandemic, I've had to change my course a little bit. So originally I was planning on you know, traveling to some haunted places, recording there, going to locations, and, you know, I was doing fairs and just a lot of things that included travel in large groups of people that I can't do anymore. So I will be focusing a little more in. I will be talking to you about setting up your space, whether it's big or small, and how things are kind of working for me, what it's like to be out of the city and in nature a little bit more, and just some fun stuff like that. So also, if you have suggestions for me or things that you'd like to hear about, please comment with that, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you what you need, as well as sharing what I feel called to share with you. So I hope you all have a beautiful July, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I love you all. Blessed be.